Taking it down to 3,000 here, Munster.
The slash 160 at night.
Kolb Firefly, crash. Woodland Airstrip, Troy, Missouri, USA. A 78-year-old man from Lincoln County was rescued Thursday morning after his small plane crashed into trees near his home. Mike Fleming began his morning, as he often does, piloting his ultralight, single-engine Firefly from a small runway near his home in the deep woods of Lincoln County. Fleming soon found himself hanging from a tree off Woodland Airstrip on Wolfe Creek Road. After the accident, Fleming climbed onto a tree branch and waited for help. Emergency services arrived on time and removed the pilot from the tree. On the ground, it became clear that the pilot was not injured. Boeing 757, bird strike. Seattle-Boeing Field International Airport, Washington, USA. A UPS cargo plane looked like it was on fire early Friday morning after at least one bird was ingested into one of the plane's engines. The King County Department of Emergency Services says the Boeing 757 cargo plane took off at 4:20 a.m. from Seattle-Boeing Airport headed to Portland when at least one bird hit the engine. The engine suffered what's called a compressor stall, similar to a car backfiring, which is why it looked like it was on fire and made loud noises. Tecnam P92 Echo S, crash. Rhein-Kreis News, North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany. Plane landed in a field next to the A44 motorway, about 1.5 kilometers east of Jutchen, Rhein-Kreis News, North Rhine-Westphalia, and came to rest upside down. The pilot escaped unhurt, and the ultralight received minor damage. Morane-Saulnier MS.893A, crash. Greenbank, Logan, Australia. A small plane, inbound from New South Wales, crashed in trees at Greenbank, Logan, Queensland, and was destroyed by a post-crash fire. The pilot, the sole occupant of the aircraft, freed himself from the wreckage but was lying next to it when it began to smolder. Bystanders ran in and dragged him away as the plane went up in flames. The pilot was seriously injured and airlifted to a hospital. A Queensland Ambulance Service spokeswoman said the 24-year-old male pilot was pulled from the wreckage and had suffered chest, abdominal and head injuries, as well as broken bones. Agusta A109S Grand, crash. Medical Center Heliport, Los Angeles, California, USA. an Agusta A109S Grand, delivering a transplant heart, was involved in a landing accident on the elevated helipad of the Keck Hospital of USC Los Angeles USC Medical Center Heliport, Lincoln Heights District, Los Angeles County, California. The helicopter came to the rest on its side, sustaining substantial damage. The pilot received minor injuries, and 2 other occupants were uninjured. The heart was recovered and the transplantation was successful. Cirrus SR-22 GTSX G3 Turbo, Catastrophe. Nelspruit Airport, Mbombela, South Africa. A plane crashed shortly after a go-around at RWY-22 near Nelspruit Airport, Mbombela, and was destroyed by fire. The pilot died in the crash. Piper Sport, Catastrophe. Tomilino, Ubertsy, Moscow, Russia. The engine of a Piper Sport caught fire and the aircraft made a forced landing near Tomilino, Ubertsy, Moscow region. Both occupants died in the crash. West Aircraft Kodiak 100, Catastrophe. Guatemala City, Guatemala. The airplane, transporting relief supplies, crashed in Zone 9 of Guatemala City and was destroyed by fire. The pilot didn't survive the crash.
de las oficinistas, los oficinistas de la 1, por favor. Vamos a leer a coordenar el área para evitar que nos hagan nota aquí en el lugar. A la orden, a la orden, a la orden.
Eurocopter S350 B3 Ecureuil, Alta Verapaz, Guatemala. The tail rotor of a helicopter transporting humanitarian aid hit some trees. The pilot performed an emergency landing. There were no fatalities. Bell 407, crash. Bayraktar TB2, Puerto Rico. The Bell 407 experienced an unspecified mechanical problem and a subsequent forced landing to a beach in Bayraktar, Puerto Rico. The helicopter sustained minor damage and there were no reported injuries. The rotor blades were removed so the helicopter could be towed by another helicopter late at night. Cessna 172 and Skyhawk, crash. Reed Hillview Airport of Santa Clara County, San Jose, California, USA. While practicing touch-and-go landings, the aircraft sustained unreported but apparent minor damage subsequent to a runway overrun and impact with airport fencing during landing at Reed Hillview Airport of Santa Clara County, San Jose, California. The two pilots on board were not injured during the incident. Guimbal Cabri G2, catastrophe. Taman Melawati, Selangor, Malaysia. Two Guimbal Cabri G2 helicopters were involved in a mid-air collision at Taman Melawati, Selangor, Malaysia. One helicopter managed to make an emergency landing in the field, while the other crashed, killing both passengers. Bayraktar TB2 drone crash. Nagorno-Karabakh. Shushain Stepanyan, press secretary of the Ministry of Defense of Armenia, shared photos of the drone's wreckage, which was retrieved by local forces. The drone was apparently armed with at least 1 mm small diameter, laser-guided munition. Armenian forces claimed that they have shot down more than 10 Bayraktar TB2 drones since the outbreak of the battle in Nagorno-Karabakh on September 27th. However, today was only the second confirmed loss of a drone of this type. The first drone was downed on October 19th. Bell 206A JetRanger crash. Wake County, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. The helicopter force landed to a road in Wake County, North Carolina, 31 minutes into its flight. The helicopter sustained substantial damage, and there were no reported injuries.